Youth Entrepreneurship in Regions. Results of the survey. This research is a part of Erasmus Plus project Create for Region that was running in Latvia and Lithuania from March 2017 till November 2018. Before that, this project was running as a student business project competition from 2014 to 2016. At that time, the project showed its ability of promoting youth entrepreneurship and gained widespread public recognition and awards in Latvia. At the same time, the project revealed a number of alarming facts: low interest of young people in developing business in the regions, and the fact that the majority of young people abandoned the desire to implement their business ideas once they faced their first difficulties. Organizers of the previous project wanted to use their experience and knowledge to explore the following factors in the next project that would be run from 2017 till 2018. Young people's motivation to start a business in the regions, young people's approach to developing their business ideas, young people's approach to variety of problems and overcoming obstacles in the implementation of their business projects. To do so, at least 200 young entrepreneurs from Latvia and Lithuania were studied within 2 years of the project. The research used 2 questionnaires and interviewing methods in both countries. In this summary are lined up results from survey about young entrepreneurs in Lithuania counties and small cities. The research was performed in 2 rounds. Round 1. 125 respondents. April 2017, May 2017. Round 2. 50 respondents. November 2018, November 2018. Here you can see profile of respondents. Respondents were from different small cities in Lithuania. The same respondents were invited to take part in round 1 and round 2. 40% of first survey round 1 participants didn't participated in the second survey round 2. 58% respondents from round 3 participated in round 1 and round 2. Start of the business. As we can see, on the 2017 the expectations were based on active selling as short purposes of business 40%. Other goals were also mentioned: return debts, new branches, create a workplace for myself, increase a number of employees, try to survive, constant number of clients, stability of business. The survey shows that youth are afraid to have a profitable business, and the main result of business C as reaching the set profit 26%. The other answers how that for company development they need more people, so the second important goal is to engage more people to business 26%. Other goals were also mentioned: improve quality of products, develop business, attract new clients, create new products, provide competitive services. 53% respondents started their business alone, 27% in team and 17% in a pair. Also, it was mentioned some other options: with family, specialists when needed, hiring employees only for seasonal work. Mostly these businesses are small. In the field of service sector, 45% respondents started business with personal savings up to €5,000. The motives to start were different for the respondents. Some of them started from their hobby, some with the help of subsidiary from labor office or support of municipality, youth entrepreneurship programs, some just have created a job place to themselves. 73% respondents mentioned that personal freedom is the most important while doing business. 53% want to earn more than in another company. 58% like issues. 24% like to create new things. For participants was given the question about investments, asking them how much funding do you need for business to start sufficient sales. The respondents stated that in their opinion sum of investments needed is from 5,000 to 25,000 euros, by opinion of 47%. 62% of respondents place for business is homeland. Native environment helps them to know potential clients and market. Other business is running not only in this region, some financing conditions. I have some real estate here. It's easier to develop closer relationships with clients, cheaper, less costs. Some thoughts from participants. It is my land, my people, and even it is saying in your own country you will not be a foreigner, but it is not necessary to be knowledge about the native town gave me a possibility from the first time to create a product which would be demanded by city and profitable. It is a city where I was born and grew up. In this city, I feel free because it is a young and green city. It provides perfect opportunities for young business to grow and develop. Some respondents identified lower development of city regarding business proposals and fulfillment of local people's needs. It was successful as it was no competition. Nothing similar was in that city. What was the most difficult? From the round 1, results showed that even 63% of respondents thought that lack of funding is the most crucial obstacle for successful business. According to the research in 2018 round 2, the most popular reasons for difficulties were lack of knowledge and experience average 9.6 out of 10, and lack of financing average 9.3 out of 10. After comparing respondent answers in first survey and second survey, that initially respondents thought that their biggest obstacle would be lack of funding, but after 1 year, 67% respondents acknowledged that biggest obstacle lack of knowledge and experience. It means that although business funding is very crucial, but the most important is knowledge and experience in business while running business, implementing business projects. Some quotes from respondents. It was not easy. The beginning was difficult. I had a fear of what people will think about that. If I can do it, if I am enough resistant, maybe it is not necessary. These doubts had a big impact on and stopped me, but I am a really big optimist and think if you don't try you would not know, as other reasons were mentioned: seasonality and some specialties of the business, gap from education to practice. What support do they plan to use? 68% of respondents plan to use some business support opportunities. So young entrepreneurs expect some support for their businesses. The most popular options are financing opportunities 49% and credits 27%. Surprisingly, most of respondents who marked other mentioned they do not know anything about business support or they have low knowledge about that. Moreover, 32% respondents do not mark any options. That means that they are not planning to consider any option of business support. According to round 2, only 18% respondents used some of business support and 82% respondents have not used any kind of business support yet. It confirms once more time that young entrepreneurs have a lack of knowledge about available support for young business. Achievements. Respondents are devoting more time to their business. Percentage changed from 58% to 64% respondents spending their full time for their businesses. Also, 22% respondents highlighted that even they have part-time for their business project, however they spend more time than 1 year ago. 14% respondents stated they are spending less their time to their business development. Respondents are forming teams. Although 48% respondents still are working alone, 26% respondents mentioned that number of members in the team increased, and only 8% respondents stated that their team became smaller. Businesses reach stability. Although 50% respondents do not achieve results as they expected, but also 32% respondents mentioned that their businesses run as they expected. So, they stated their goals were too optimistic. Only 14% answered that their business develops better as they expect before results of survey in 2018, round 2. However, 44% respondents are glad that incomes became bigger than expenses and 16% respondents' businesses are expanding comfortably. Also, 24% respondents have their first sales, and these cases can be considered as potential for business success. Only 6% respondents mentioned that things are getting harder, and 2% respondents stated that results are too small. These respondents who pointed they like to overcome challenges round 1, 57% reached their goals in 1 year round 2. After comparing respondents' answers in the survey round 1 and follow-up survey round 2, we identified that 33% of those who didn't have any prior business experience reached their 1 year target in business, while 67% didn't. Of those who had business experience, 48% reached their targets while 52% didn't. Based on that, we can assume that having prior business experience helps set more attainable goals or give better opportunity to reach them. Also, while comparing surveys round 1 and round 2, 86% respondents, those business ideas came from job experience, reached their results in 1 year. It means that previous experience/knowledge is very important in business development. Respondents are learning from mistakes by doing. They mentioned many challenges during the period of the research. However, young entrepreneurs put all their efforts to solve the problems, such as how to get license for alcohol when you are only 18 years old, or how to find solutions better for the client. In many cases, young entrepreneurs use creative thinking, for example, how to use old furniture when you have limited budget to buy new ones, or generating new ideas to overcome seasonality of the business. Some respondents had support of mentors, some respondents had great support from their families and friends, some from other businessmen working in the same field they are working as partners. Many respondents stated that they have learned a lot during this year, even from their own mistakes, and they had great experience and practice while developing their business project. Continuity of the business. 40% of respondents expected to have their first profits in the period of up to 3 months from the business start. It shows that young entrepreneurs expect immediate results from the business. 64% mentioned they thought that to run business would be much easier than they expected. These and many factors mentioned before showed that young entrepreneurs were more optimistic about their businesses 1 year before. 12% respondents mentioned that their motivation to develop business was higher. However, 62% of respondents confirmed that they are ready to continue their business projects they start recently. 44% respondents consider themselves as resistant. 30% respondents highlighted opportunity to try, and what will happen will be considered in the future. 8% are planning to change their business idea, and only 6% are considering to quit their business. Respondents are devoting more time to their business. 22% respondents state that they are working more than 1 year ago. Also, 5% change was in respondents from part-time to full-time in business comparing round 1 and round 2. So, we can state that, despite the fact that young entrepreneurs can be described as optimists, especially in the beginning of the business development, and they are enough resistant in order to overcome business challenges. Recommendations from young entrepreneurs. According to young entrepreneurs, the most important factors in business is to believe in business idea, personal resistance, and hard work. If you imagine clearly and you are quite brave to talk about it, it will happen. I think regions could be our starting point, where we can develop, create to offer our services, do it in good quality, do it with a smile, from the heart. And what do you like? What do we need to do? Delete the words "what do we need to," leave "do" and put huge exclamation mark instead of question mark. So, do. The survey showed that mostly young people started their business in their native cities, but they had a lack of experience and knowledge in business management. The most popular motive to start the business is personal freedom. Before starting the business, young entrepreneurs thought that it would be easier, and resistance is the most important personal trait in doing business.